everyone, welcome back to Biophilia. This is continuation of chapter Animal Kingdom with the phylum Ctenophora. If you get any help from our videos or just to encourage us to reach out many more students, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe and do hit the bell icon so you get notified for all the upcoming videos. So here we are going to see about a phylum which is going to be very amazing. So यहाँ पे एक जो छोटे से वीडियोस है you can see that the water is shining bright. तो ये पानी जैसे चमक रहा है then you must have seen or visualized in some movies or short videos as well. So this water which is glowing, why is it glowing? And this is going to be because of some organisms जो पानी में मिलते हैं और ये organisms phylum Ctenophora में consider किए जाते हैं. So we are going to see such amazing creatures which have their own light producing ability that is called as bioluminescence. So these organisms जिसकी वजह से ये पानी इतना खूबसूरत लग रहा है, it is shining all bright. So I am very excited to know more about these. Are you too? Then let's get started seeing about the organisms जिसकी वजह से ये पानी बहुत सुंदर दिख रहा है. So these are the organisms, that is ctenophorans. These are going to be called as comb jellies, comb bearers or sea walnuts. ये जो हमने अभी जो short video देखा था where it was all starry night with glowing water, तो वो जो water glow हो रहा था that was because of presence of these marine organisms which come under the phylum Ctenophora. So these are going to be marine organisms. उनको salty water seas या oceans में मिलते हैं. And there is a word that is called as pelagic. What do you mean by pelagic? Pelagic means which live in open sea. Open sea यानी आप जो sea है उसमें they are not found at a specific level. They will go all over deep into the water body, as well as they can come to the surface जहाँ पे you can see them at the nights glowing into the water. So they live in open seas, so they can be found at various height levels. So that is pelagic. They are going to be free swimming है because of which वो जब water waves आते हैं, with that water waves also these organisms are going to come, and that makes the water shiny and bright luminate. अब ये जो shiny appearance है that is because of bioluminescence. They have a special characteristic of these phylum. तो ये phylum में जितने भी members होंगे all the members are going to have the property of bioluminescence. So उनके अंदर कुछ ऐसा chemical reactions होते हैं and because of that reactions they are going to emit light energy. So वो जो light energy emit होती है because of that the water is going to shine wherever these ctenophores are going to go. So movies में देखा होगा Bollywood movies do capture these type of events जहाँ पे ये bioluminescence दिखता है in water, and even you can go and experience in a nearby water body जहाँ पे pollution कम हो and these organisms can easily survive. तो अब ये जो ctenophores होते हैं they are going to be the organisms which have tissue level of organization. Blind sac type of body sac यानी उनकी जो एक ही mouth होगा, एक ही opening होगा that will serve both as mouth and anus, that is blind sac type of body. They are going to be radially symmetric. Radially symmetric है that means it can be divided into number of planes में उसको divide कर सकते हैं to get equal parts. It is going to be diploblastic, that means it will have two germ layers. Two germ layers कौन से होंगे? They will have the outer that is ectoderm and the inner that is called as endoderm. अब endoderm है, ectoderm है, there is no mesoderm. No mesoderm, that means there cannot be a true coelom, because we saw in the previous parts कि coelom बनने के लिए all the cavity should be covered with mesoderm. अब यहाँ पे mesoderm तो है नहीं, so these are going to be acoelomic organisms. Now the body form. उनकी body को if you try to visualize, how is it going to be? First of all, it is going to be a transparent body. अब transparent body है because of that वो अगर पानी में होंगे भी then also you won't be easily finding them out. Just because of their bioluminescence during night time you can visualize them because the water appears to shine. Then body shape जो होगा, it will be approximately flat to oval shape. So you can see here in the diagram how their body structure is going to be. The main body will be concentrated up over here in the oval or flat shaped structure, and then वो जो flat shape जो oval circular structure है उसमें they are going to have 8 median comb plates, and because they have these comb plates they are also called as comb jellies. What are they called? These organisms are called as comb jellies. So they have comb plates and they look like jellies because of the transparent body. उसकी वजह से they have a name, that is comb jellies. Now these comb plates which are going to occur, so ये ऐसा round structure होगा. So like these the combs are going to place. तो ये एक साइड से होके वैसे all over the flat or oval structure these comb plates are going to be there, और इनके ऊपर होंगे cilia, and these cilia will be present, and these cilia are going to help in locomotion. So whatever the body needs to move, it is going to be because of ciliated comb plates. As previous phylum में हमने देखा था that previous phylum was very much significant because of presence of nidoplasts. तो उसकी वजह से उसका नाम रखा था Cnidarians और Coelentrates. Yeah, so in this phylum nidoblasts are going to be absent. उनके पास stinging cells नहीं होंगे, but instead of stinging cells what special do they have? They have special presence of comb plates. तो जैसे previous phylum Coelentrates के पास nidoblast थे, here they are going to have 8 median comb plates. Now they are going to possess tentacles. अब जो organisms के पास tentacles होंगे तो they will have 2 tentacles only, that is a 1 pair of tentacles, and these are going to help them for movement. So locomotion में अगर they want to change directions, so that all is going to be because of presence of tentacles. Now these are going to have adhesive cells. अब पिछले phylum में क्या हमने पढ़ा था, that the tentacles were having nematocysts. Nematocysts जहाँ पे stinging cells थे. But now in these tentacles what they will have? They will have adhesive cells, और वो gluing cells या sticky cells, these are going to be called as coloplast. So instead of nematoblast, what they will have? They will have sticky adhesive coloplast, and coloplast can also be called as lasso cells or collar cells. So other names of coloplast क्या होंगे? Lasso cells or collar cells. These are going to be present on the tentacles. If present, सब organisms में tentacles हो जरूरी नहीं है, but if the organism coming in the phylum of Ctenophora has tentacles, so they will be 1 pair of tentacles. They will be solid in structure and also possess the coloplast or the adhesive cells. Now moving to the body wall of ctenophores. So these are going to have 3 layers. सबसे बाहर की layer जो होगी outer layer, that is your epidermis. Middle will be mesoglea, and this mesoglea is going to be non-cellular layer, and it will be you can say differentiated layer. तो उसमें differentiation या cells present नहीं होंगे, and the inner layer is going to be gastrodermis. Now mesoglea is going to be different from the case of cnidarians. हमने जो पिछला phylum देखा था उसमें जो mesoglea था, it was having amoebocytes in porifera. Porifera के जो mesoglea था उसमें amoebocytes थे. In the mesoglea of coelentrates or cnidarians was different than the poriferans. Now even ctenophores have their mesoglea different. These are going to have muscle cells, elastic fibers, and amoebocytes. So mesoglea over here, this condition was for whom? This condition was seen in the starting. Mesoglea was non-cellular, non-differentiated, but now in this case what is going to happen? It is going to have muscle cells, elastic fibers, and amoebocytes. So धीरे धीरे आप क्या देख रहे हो? The mesoglea which was non-cellular, non-differentiated, उसमें cells का presence is going to start, and finally धीरे धीरे जैसे phylums आगे बढ़ेंगे, this mesoglea is going to disappear, और वहाँ पे क्या आ जाएगा, mesoderm आ जाएगा. So instead of mesoglia, now cells are going to start to accumulate into that region, and then mesoglia will turn into mesoderm in the subsequent phylums. So do stay connected with biophilia. So you reach out to all the phylums जहाँ पे धीरे धीरे progress होगी in the organisms, and you will try to complete your chapter with us. So do stay connected, like, share and subscribe to Biophilia just as a short reminder. Then let's see about the presence of a special organ. So this special organ is going to be called as statocyst. ये क्या होते हैं statocyst, and what are these? These are going to be special sense organs. So this is going to be located. अब ये sense organ का नाम तो पता कर लिया statocyst, but where is it going to be present? It is going to be present at the aboral end. Now this is going to be an important question. Where is it present? It is present at the aboral end, and aboral end किसको बोलते हैं? अब oral. So which is going to be opposite to the mouth end. Mouth end को क्या बोलेंगे? Mouth end को बोलेंगे oral. Opposite to mouth end, that is aboral. So statocysts are going to be present at the aboral end of this organisms, and this is going to be a main feature of this phylum. So what are the two features? Statocyst, presence of statocyst, and also the presence of comb plates. And how many? There are going to be 8 median comb plates. So this was a little about body wall of thing. Now let's see about the digestion part. Digestion जो है, it is going to be highly branched system. So उनका जो gut होगा, highly branched gut they are going to have. So you can see the gut photograph over here in the diagram. They are going to have mouth, they are going to have pharynx, stomach and anal canal, and 2 anal pores. They are going to have what? 2 anal pores. Now even after having mouth and anal pores, what are they going to do? They are going to have incomplete digestive system. What are they having? Incomplete digestive system. So धीरे धीरे सिस्टम फॉर्मेशन है, बट स्टिल दे डू नॉट हैव लिवर, पैनक्रियास, ऐसे डेवलप स्ट्रक्चर्स नहीं है एज यू एंड मी ह्यूमंस हैव, बट स्टार्टिंग हो चुकी है. दैट इज माउथ, फैरिंग्स डेवलप हो चुका है, स्टमक हैज डेवलप्ड, एंड धीरे धीरे करके डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम बिल्डअप होना शुरू हुआ है. Now as also in the previous phylum, that is Cnidarians, हमने देखा था that they have extracellular as well as intracellular digestion. So similarly even ctenophores are going to have extracellular. So वो जो cavity में digestion होगा because of the digestive juices, and intracellular that was because of the vesicles or you can say vacuoles. So जो food vacuoles होंगे, फूड वैक्यूल्स के अंदर जो डाइजेशन होगा दैट वुड बी इंट्रासेल्युलर, एंड वॉट एवर हैपन्स इन द बॉडी कैविटी दैट इज गोइंग टू बी बिकॉज ऑफ एक्स्ट्रासेल्युलर डाइजेशन. Next about respiratory, circulatory, excretory systems and skeleton is going to be absent. So respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system and skeletal system is going to be absent, but still respiration होना ज़रूरी है. Diffusion should occur so that there is exchange of gases. So there is going to be diffusion, but ऐसे lungs या ट्रेकिया या नोज और ऐसे कुछ करके स्पेसिफिक रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम नहीं होगा. एंटायर बॉडी सरफेस विल पार्टिसिपेट इन डिफ्यूजन ऑफ gases. Similarly सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम नहीं होने की जगह पे the cells are going to again send for diffusion. The entire cavity is going to be utilized for it. Similarly for excretory system, diffusion is going to help, और since these are transparent jelly like structures तो उनके पास skeleton भी नहीं होगा. Then about appendages. So appendages में we have seen that ctenophores, the organisms, some are going to be motile. So those are going to have tentacles, and if the tentacles are present, they are going to be present in a pair, that is 2 tentacles will be present on the aboral surface. और aboral surface हमने किसको बोला था? It was opposite to the mouth, Where is the aboral surface? It is opposite to the mouth. So if you see over here, this is going to be your aboral surface. So red में जो है that is going to be your aboral surface. So अगर ये aboral है, then where is the oral part? यहाँ पे नीचे होगा your oral, or here will be your mouth. So this will be called as oral surface, और उसके opposite का surface होगा your aboral surface. Now let's see about the reproduction in ctenophores. So ctenophores are going to be hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite है यानी sexes are going to be united. They are not going to be separate. Instead of hermaphrodite, you can also call them bisexual. And instead of bisexual, you can also find the name that is called as monoecious. So these names are also important to remember. Hermaphrodite अगर ना दिखे MCQs में या questions में, then you can see bisexual or monoecious. That means sexes are going to be united in a single body. They will have only sexual reproduction. Very important. अब तक हमने देखा था previous phylums में they also had a sexual reproduction, but this phylum is going to be very unique, that it has only sexual reproduction, which is very important to remember. उनके पास फ्रैगमेंटेशन लाइक वेजिटेटिव प्रोपोगेशन या असेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन नहीं होगा. दे विल ओनली डिपेंड ऑन सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन. Now after the gametes have been released, the fertilization will be external. That means it will take the help of water because it is going to be an aquatic organism. So वो पानी में fertilization होगा. Now the development. So development will be indirect. Indirect development का meaning क्या होता है? Till now you must have remembered it is because of larva formation. So wherever there is larva formation, the development is going to be indirect type. तो अभी larva form हो रहा है. So which larva is it forming? It is forming sidipid larva. Now the sidipid larva is going to be looking like this in the photograph that we have pasted over here. So very important to understand that जो indirect development होता है, in the indirect development the larva looks different than the parent. So whenever there is a question that can be asked to you, that is larva looks different than the parent. So parent ctenophores कैसे थे? They were transparent, they were having jelly-like structure, but it is not necessary that the larva is going to be having same characteristics. But जैसे वो adult stage पे जाएगा, then the adult characteristics would be seen. Again regeneration, likewise we have seen, हमने porifera में भी देखा. We also see in coelentrates. Now in ctenophores also regeneration is going to be present, and at a very good rate regeneration can also occur. Now let's understand about the examples of these phylum members. So ctenophora में कौन से examples है that you need to remember as per your NCERT. So first of all exam में जो पूछते हैं that is Pleurobrachia. This Pleurobrachia is going to have another name that is called as sea gooseberry. What is it called? Sea gooseberry. Now this is going to be an important point कि Pleurobrachia का other name क्या होता है. So you have to remember, and you can also observe over here that all the organisms that are the examples shown over here, वो सब के सब कैसे है? They are going to be transparent bodies. So यहाँ पे भी अगर Pleuropakia को if you see, so if you go to the beach and experience such organism, so first time you won't like accept it. It is an organism. It is an animal. वो कैसे दिख रहा है? It is just looking like a water drop sitting onto the ground. But now as you know, you can see that even these kind of things can have animal properties. वो animals हो सकते हैं, and it is not a water drop. Then let's see about Ctenoplana. Ctenoplana is also going to be the organism which comes under Ctenophora. It will have bioluminescence, and it is going to be transparent structure. फिर आता है ब्रोय के पास. ब्रोय जो है, दिस ब्रोय इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू बी ट्रांसपेरेंट बॉडी. देन अबाउट Hermifora. Hermifora is having another name that is called as sea walnut. Hermifora is also called as sea walnut. C, gooseberry कौन है? It is going to be Pleurobrachia. Then the last example to remember about Ctenophora, that is cestum. This cestum is going to be called as Venus girdle. What is it called? Venus girdle. So other names as well as examples जो है, it is very important to remember, because sometimes instead of these names you can be asked the other names which is the common name of that organism. Now, after concluding about all the points related to Ctenophora phylum, आपको याद करने हैं उन्हें, you have to understand them, and these are going to be the 5 questions that will try to test your understanding. And if you can answer these all in first go, then it's a very good point. अगर कोई miss out हो जाता है point, if you don't understand, then go back to the video, understand, learn them, and again come and solve these questions as well as some other questions that you might have. And do let me know your answers in the comment section down below, so that all the people who come and see our videos, they can also have a good discussion about them. So do solve these and try to solve many more questions related to the topic as you see those topics. So that was all about the phylum Ctenophora. I hope you like it. If you like it, then don't forget to show some love. This love can be sent to us with the help of like, share and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified for all the upcoming parts of this chapter. जब तक हम नए वीडियो के साथ, नए फाइलम के साथ ये चैप्टर को कंटिन्यू करने के लिए आते हैं, टिल देन डोंट फॉरगेट टू स्टडी हार्ड, कीप स्माइलिंग, कीप स्टडिंग. Till then, bye bye everyone. Thank you.